Genesis 1:9 through 13. And God said, "Let the waters under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear." And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and gathered the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seeds in its according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the third day. Now, this is my commentary. I believe that the cycle that we're going through in this new Jewish year, which started on October 3rd, 2024, is the third day. And I call it the third day year of creation. Because in Jewish time and space and the universe and the way I believe that the universe is made, it's built off of a 7-year cycle instead of truly a 10-year cycle. The 10-year cycle is built off more of the Roman time in the universe, which I believe is also valid, just like I believe the Chinese New Year is also a valid new year, and they're built off of, I believe, a 12 or a 13 cyclical year, which is valid too. Okay. Everyone's saying it's 12, so I'll say 12, but the ancients did 12 and 13. Which I believe the Latin community took up the 13-year cycle. Anyways, that being said, day 3. The water needs to be gathered to a place so that it can have more purpose. So the water under the sky gathered to one place, God called seas. So like we have the 5 seas between Canada and the United States of America. There's other seas on the globe, but those are not really lakes, they're really more seas. Also, the seas are what we call ocean. So let the dry ground appear, and that became land. So somehow the land came out of the water, and boop, we created land, and we have now one piece of land that will eventually become the 7 continents. Because I believe in the flood, the plates of the land shifted and created the continents. The land looked like magic. As God said, let the vegetation appear, the trees and the bushes and the plant life, the food life. That was good. God's progression, I wrote down, is best. God's way works. So the land was allowed to produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and seed-bearing trees. There was no weeds at that point. So the right ingredients or situation, things grow. I believe the seeds were in the land, in the soil. God had put them in there as he was making Mother Earth. The way God did it was good. Okay, seed-bearing plants and seed-bearing trees. There was no weeds. Those were so the plants and the trees gave fruit to eat for humans and animals. Okay, God was preparing for the day that he made the animals and the humans. There needed to be food and there needed to be water, like springs coming out of the land. Not all plant and tree reproduction is the same. The same goes for beings. Not everyone has, an acorn, a hard outer shell, and then it goes into the earth and then it breaks apart, and the acorn, acorn makes the tree. Black walnuts have a very hard outer shell, and then inside is the seed. Not everyone is like a black walnut or a black walnut tree. So according to various kinds, just like the plant life, the vegetation, the food life is various kinds, God made humans beings or beings with various types of kinds. And that's what the Nazis, specifically my uncle Adolf Hitler, was against. He was against the various kinds and types of beings and their seed and way of reproduction. He just wanted Adams and Eves. He just wanted men with penises and women with vaginas. No other connectors, male and female parts. To me, that's evil. Because God made various kinds of beings to connect in various ways, male and female to connect in various ways with their male parts and female parts. Yes, just like the plant life, just like the vegetation life, just like the tree and bushes, and just like your food reproduction. That's good. God said that was good. Adolf Hitler said it was evil. And we've been dealing with that for over 100 years because I believe Adolf Hitler started before World War I and II. And that was with the downfall of the royals throughout the globe, starting with the Bolsheviks, coming down into Russia. Okay. So you mate with your own kind or type. So, just like in tree or bush or plant world or vegetation world, how it works, reproducing with its own kind, so do beings. Beings mate with their own kind, with their own male and female parts that match together. Some people are universal. There are some beings that are universal, but not everyone is. So, sometimes, if someone doesn't want to be sexual with you, it's not because they don't like you. It just won't work. Doesn't mean you have to be mean to them or cruel or violent. It just won't work sexually. You can be friends. You can even raise your children with the person. Your children you raise and he raises his children. But sexually, it won't necessarily work for reproduction. It might not be wrong for pleasure, but you won't have reproduction, or not very easily. So, in saying that, there are a lot of choices out there, but if you want to reproduce, you do have to match up the male part to the female part, and it's got to be, equal. And no, not everyone from the family that I was, around for the last 40 to 50 years is going to understand that. Because God has shut some things off to certain beings that wanted eternal hell eons ago, and through time and space, which is the universe, and then eternal hell, which is the universe below us. So, anyways, there was evening, so the sun set, and then there was morning. Yes, the third day. So God starts the day on the timeline of the globe, where we have it, at evening, when the sun sets there. through the next evening. Yes, that's a full day. So evening and morning, the third day. So hopefully that helps. I wish you well, especially as you try to figure out yourself, your sexuality, what you really desire to do, and as you live on Mother Earth, the globe. Toodaloo. Have a great day.